Good evening, everyone.
Howdy!
Welcome to Wacky Wednesday. So, I was just sharing it. Oh, sugar. Guess what I forgot to do? I forgot to mute it. So, yes, I'm sorry about that. I forgot to mute it. So yes, Bella's going boo. I don't know whether Kate's still here or Tina's still here, but I do know that Ace is live. I don't think it's live, but it's I forget where it is now anyway.
Oh yeah.
No, it's something to do with space station or something. I don't exactly know. So hi Kate. I've just been talking about you. I did say I noticed Hazy were live, so I didn't know whether he'd be here straight away or not. And it's something to do with space station or something. You know what I mean? Oh, she's watching both. Oh, she's a woman. She's multitasking. So yes. So I've got a different top on tonight. It's one that I don't wear very often because it's like it drops off your shoulders. I know it's supposed to be like a thing, but you know what I mean? It's you know, I'm not sort of comfortable in that sort of top, if you know what I mean. Yeah, they're launching astronauts in theatre. Oh, I knew it was something to do with space and whatever. So I got that bit right anyway. So yes, I knew it was something to do with space. I just said like it's something to do with space. I don't know exactly why.
Astronauts. Well, where they're launching astronauts from?
I've no idea. America somewhere.
Oh.
So
they're all being tested.
So Chris has just made me a coffee. So and everybody and his dog's been mowing the lawns and she tried to watch me because Mel was streaming at the same time and she got herself into a right muddle. So yes, I've got sort of a bit of a hay fever at the moment, so you'll have to excuse me if I keep blowing my nose. But yeah, we've had. Can you come and mow mine? I haven't mown it. It's everybody else and the mother that's been mowing, and obviously because it's nice weather, we've had the patio doors open, and of course, yeah. So yes, I don't want to rake over old coals, Wakey, but I found out why I was so emotional last night. I've got this. Have I got it in two colours?
You're asking me, aren't you?
I think I've got it in pink and this, but I've had it years, Bella. But the fact that it's like one of these that drop off your shoulder, I don't feel comfortable in them. You know what I mean? Patio doors, who's that? But anyway, same as I say, I do. You know how I had the blood test done yesterday? Well, I got a phone call from the doctors this morning. I don't know whether people know, but I have got an underactive thyroid. And basically, the blood test that I had done yesterday, the doctor rang me this morning and said my thyroid gland is very underactive. And I don't know whether, you know, anybody knows anything about thyroid function. It's basically, it controls every function of your body. You know, it can heighten depression, etc., etc. So, yeah, that's probably why I was so emotional on yesterday's live stream. So Chris got pink one on.
Hey,
No,
real men wear pink, Bella.
uh,
Real men.
I ain't got to have any more injections, but she does want me, because you see, previous to my weight loss surgery, I was on 225, and then once I had my weight loss surgery, I got it right down to 150. Well, now for some unknown reason, it's not working. So basically, she wants me to up it back to 200. So Basworth pink. That's what Chris has just said, Bella. All men, real men wear pink.
There you go.
He was dragged on to his live stream while I was listening to music. Oh, hiya, Amjad. How are you? So yes, so now I know the reason. Well, the reason why I was so emotional is because of that. Because I mean, you've just got to research underactive thyroid. It controls literally every function of your body. I mean, I've been on thyroxine like going on 30 years. And basically, that's why I get my prescriptions for nothing, because it's something that you've got to take for the rest of your life. So yeah, it controls every, you know, it's your thyroid it emits an hormone. It's basically hormone based, this thyroid gland. So yeah. So you know, obviously it's hormone based, and it's like to do with your skin and your liver function and your blah blah blah, you know, basically every function of your body. Karate, wow. Hiya Karate, how are you? So yeah, so you know, hopefully, touch wood, I'll be back to normal. Well, when normal, I say, I'm gonna say when I say normal, you know, because I will admit to people, I mean, like if I felt like I did Sunday, I were absolutely shattered, like, you know, I'd got no energy. And basically that's probably one of the signs, you know, tired all while, you know. So as they say, onwards and upwards. Bella says, you normal, I missed that day. Have to be careful what you say, Miss Bella, because I'm not helping you to stream yours tomorrow. She knows I'm only joking.
She's not.
So yes, it'll, you know, I mean, it was like this afternoon, I sat here and I was absolutely dog tired. Be right back. Yeah, well, Chris says to me earlier on, oh, at that rate, it said it's going to be 23 degrees tomorrow. So he said, we're going to make a cuppa. I've already got one, Kate. Don't go. So yeah, so Wakey. So Chris says to me, I says, oh, it's going to be 23 tomorrow. So he says, I'm definitely going out again tomorrow then. So it's persuaded me. I mean, I might not get out at car, but I'll probably go with him. I've got the old mask. So even if I just sit in car, I'll be able to, like, you know, wear a mask. So yeah, so I says, even if it's like just for a bit of fresh air, just to get. I am good. I've just been jamming to my music on my beat. Oh, He's being all posh now. He says it goes from left ear to right ear, and it sounded like he were in a car garage. Hi, Baz.
Hello, Buzz.
So yeah. So as I say, I might brave it and go out with Chris tomorrow. You know, same as I say, I can wear a mask if needs be. Yeah. Well, she drops a comment and then she says, "Be right back." Kate, she says, "Yes, this shielding is killing me. What do you all think of this test and trace? Be right back." Hi, my lady. How are you? It's all right. I'm losing my voice as well. Yeah. I'm not too bad, Dad. I have now found out why I was so emotional on last night's live stream. My thyroid levels all up, place. So yeah, so I've got to up my tablets. Get you all thinking, lol, I want to know now in a minute. But yeah, I mean, me and Kate had this conversation a bit earlier on. They're on about doing, what is it? Trace and test and trace. That's it. How are they going to do that? How's that going to work? That's because it's Stalker in corner. But you said it, Bella. The old. Is it pick on Baz Day today?
Yeah, it's instead of picking on me, picking on Baz.
Well, it were picking on me other night because I were about 2 minutes late.
You're on time tonight, so we left you alone.
No, I weren't. I think I were a bit late, weren't it?
No, it's 9 o'clock.
Oh. But anyway, same as I say,
no toilet.
Yeah, well, I mean, me and Kate were having this discussion earlier on. A lot of the toilets is closed. And somebody brought it to the attention that this woman wears a stoma bag or something, and she's got to have a toilet nearby. So if she needs to change her stoma bag, but all the toilets that she visited were closed. You were 1 minute 23 seconds late. But it's how it's supposed to work. How it's supposed to work is that I think it's basically people that have visited other countries. And if they've got relatives or something that have come in contact with COVID-19, I don't exactly know how it works or are they going to implement it? I don't know. Okay, then, Amjad. Thank you for letting me know. But yeah, I don't know exactly how it's going to work. But I do know, like, we're at Isle of Wight or Isle, one of Isles anyway. As people, they got to register as soon as they landed in Isle of Wight or Isle of Man wanted to. So basically, they'd got to go through this rigorous quarantine jobbo and all this malarkey. Pardon me. So I don't know. I'm just said you weren't coming in. they're like a bad penny turns up. So yeah, I mean, whether or not it's going to be that same sort of thing, I don't know. I don't know how they're gonna manage it, to be quite honest. You know, it's I don't know. Was that a surprise? But anyway, so we're on about this trace and but you know, it's like same as I said to Chris this afternoon. It's going to be like trying to find a needle in a haystack. Quite literally. How can they possibly implement it?
And not everybody's supposed to want to download it anyway.
But it has said that basically they trace somebody down, they give them a COVID-19 test, but if they refuse, basically they can get chucked in a police cell. So, you know, some as I say, they've got to trace them first, haven't they? You know, and how's it gonna work with people that are homeless or no fixed abode, or you know what I mean? I don't understand how it's gonna possibly work. And it says basically, by law, you've got to let them test you. And if I walked in on the red carpet, so yeah. You know, basically the full force of the law is going to come down on you if you refuse to take a test. So, but yeah, I think it's like basically people that have been registered as having it. Oh, I wondered what that were. I thought something was dribbling down my leg, and it's what me. Sorry, me wire to my charger wire to my laptop. I felt something like trickling down my leg. I thought I'd weed my sen then, and it weren't. It with my charger wire. So yeah. Same as I say, I don't know how they're going to do it. It's just a case of waiting and seeing, really, I suppose. Same as I say, it's like it's going to be, and then they're going on about we're going to be in a worse recession. To me, it's going to cost a lot of money to do that. So they're worrying about economy, getting people back into work. But isn't this going to cost the economy a lot of money? So, I mean, that's just my thoughts on it. You know what I mean? It's, you know, it's going to cost a fortune. You know, doing all this tracking and tracing or whatever. You know what I mean? It's going to cost. So yeah, you know, I mean, it's same as I said. You know, we don't actually know anybody that's had it, so we can't see them getting in touch with us, and whether they write to you, whether they, I don't know. I don't know how it's going to work. But they did say not so long back that we're going to be in a worse recession that the country's ever known. So, you know, I mean, if they thought, you know, the Labour government were, you know, the cause of the last recession, well, they can't say that this time, though, can they? Oh, he says his channel's growing fast and he's been busy commenting.
Oh, there you go then.
So
I've not been on this channel for a while.
But Yeah, some as I say, if there's going to be a recession, I mean, we all knew this was coming anyway. A recession, because nobody's been working. There's been businesses going out of business, left, right, and centre. So yeah, it's like being up creek we had to paddle, basically. Oh, you had your food early this time. That's all right then. So yeah, so there you go. You know, I know. Alice Outdoors, Thomas, he's lost his job. They've gone into administration that he worked for previous to that. So they've gone into administration. There's a lot of businesses gone into administration because of this virus.
Well, why didn't it just freeze everything? No.
Oh, he says him and his uncle are going to Sainsbury's tomorrow to get some things for his workplace. His uncle and his dad go back to work on Monday.
Oh.
But I also read on my notification page that the universities in Sheffield are on about going back in September, but they're like staggering it. Some of the work will be done actually on campus, and then some of the work will be done online. Oh, he says the hospital went fine, but it wasn't organised. So, well, does that mean that Callum will be going back in September? I don't know. You know what I mean by staggered. They're going to be like, oh, they might only sort of like go in 2 days a week and then rest at time they'll do the work online. I don't know. But that was the Sheffield Star, because I get notifications from them, and it says basically they're hoping to start the like afresh in September, but they're gonna do so much do it in bits and bobs, I should imagine. So yeah, I'm just saying, Kate, I also got a notification about the universities in Sheffield. They're hoping to start back in September, but they like what I call staggering it, and they're going to be doing so much work in the university and so much online. I don't think they're sort of going back full time. So whether or not we'll get a message, email or whatever saying Callum's going back in September, I don't know. It's just a case of waiting and seeing, really. So yeah, but you see this I mean, same as I said, I've been telling everybody, Kate, about the woman with the stoma bag. She couldn't find a toilet that were open to actually change a stoma bag. You know what I mean? Why can't they open toilets if everybody's going back to work? Before they reopen, they could do like a deep clean, so it just needs like one daily check. Yeah, she says with this test and trace, it won't be long before we'll all be microchipped. But yeah, same as I said, Kate, it's not feasible, because it's going to be like trying to find a needle in a haystack, quite literally. How can they trace and track everybody? So how do they know who's been out of country, who's come back into country? Same as I've said, like with Callum's College, there's a lot of different, you know, Chinese, Asian, all ethnicities or whatever you can say. But how do they know that they've not come into contact with somebody that's had COVID-19? It's Chris Chinese. Well, I've had my flu vaccine, so that's me up creek we had to paddle. So yeah, and Chris has had his flu jab and all, first time in God knows how many years. So yeah, so we've both had our flu jabs, and I have it every year. So yeah, I mean, some as I say, that's only because we're both asthmatic, and obviously my different ailments and whatever. So yeah, it's basically they more or less tell me that it's in my best interest to have my flu jab. So anybody that's suffering, respiratory sort of illnesses, etc., they're advised to have the flu jab. So, I don't know, some as I say. Yeah, I read that as well. That like shoe shops is going to be opening, but you can't try shoes on unless you've got like protective socks or disposable socks and blah blah blah. But I mean, who don't buy shoes without trying them on first? Nobody does. So I think that means he's been waiting for chemist delivery. He says been eating for chemist delivery. I think he means waiting.
You've been eating chemist.
Yeah, I told you so, Amjad. I did tell you so. He says he's been watching Baking with Elliot. He is amazing. Told you he knows what he's on with.
Nearly as good a cook as what I am.
But yeah, even Chris has been watching him. He knows what he's talking about. Let's just put it that way. So yeah, you know what I mean. It's it says been chilling. I meant. I think he uploads Tuesdays and Thursdays. I think Amjad. Oh, waffles and chocolate and strawberry waffles.
Waffles and chocolate. Who's that?
That's Adrian.
Are you right, lad, or
what? You're not pregnant, are you?
Waffles and chocolate.
But this is the thing, Kate. I mean, just out of protest, I'd put let's say if I'd got a baby, I'd change it in restaurant. And if they say, "Hey, what do you think you're doing?" I'll say, "Well, toilets is closed. I can't change my baby anywhere else."
Exactly. If you don't like it, there's a no.
Yeah, you know what I mean. You're not opening your toilets. I'm not in a position to be able to change my baby in the toilets in the right place. So I'd just, I'd change it there and then. You know what I mean? In middle of a restaurant, it shouldn't be sort of, shooing you away if you started changing your baby in middle of a restaurant. We can't. but it's there, you know what I mean? You know, at end of the day, restaurants has got to open the doors to families, you know, blah blah blah, and in turn, you know, they bring with the young children. So people evacuate after I've been to TMI, Adrian, TMI. So yeah, you know, I mean, in protest, I'd just, you know, I'd change baby there and then, right in middle at restaurant. So it's same as I said to Kate earlier on. It's basically against your human rights. TMI lot, too much information. if you wanted to know what's Bella's, what's TMI? I just know Welsh Clark put TMI lol, and Bella says, what's TMI? It's too much information.
No, she's not really whizzing a whiz kid today, is she?
So yeah, and I said to Kate earlier on, it's basically a breach of human rights, not allowing you to use, you know, the toilets.
Exactly.
So
that's what I said.
Yeah.
The toilet, where can I go? Mine after we're gonna have a week behind counter.
I'm never a whiz kid, Chris. But yeah, it is. It's a breach of human rights. You know, they can't possibly open bars, restaurants, etc. I mean, we all know that, like, let's say you go to a pub, you sink a few pints. After a few pints, you need toilet. So what they got to do? Well, they got to find nearest bush and have a whiz in nearest bush. You know what I mean? It's you know, it's human. You know, if you drink a lot, you need to pee a lot. You know what I'm saying? You know, and it's but you see, the thing is, Amjad, when Callum were little, if I'd got nowhere else that I'd got to change Callum, I'd change him in car anyway. You know what I mean? They can't stop you from changing your child in your own car. But you know what I mean? It's
you should be looking anyway.
Yeah, Disney opens at 15th of July. I think it's too early. But I did hear that they said that they're only opening so much of it. You know what I mean? I don't think they're fully opening it. I think they're going to be only opening like so much of it, and then like trying to do the social distancing thing. Yeah. Hiya, Simon. How are you?
Hello, lad.
They're going to try and do social distancing, but I don't think they're opening it fully. I think they've been doing a lot of maintenance and whatever. So yeah, you know, it's some, as I say, I don't know how it's going to work, you know. But there again, it's a big company. They want to get back some of the revenue that they've lost during the lockdown. So, you know, there again, it's all about the mighty dollar. So yeah, you know, it's it all boils back down to No food, no fireworks, etc. No parade, but it's still £100 to go in.
£100 to go in?
Yeah, Becca's due to go to Florida in September. She still don't know what's happening. But this is it. I mean, everything's still up in air, isn't it, Bella? You know what I mean? People don't know whether or not this, you know, the holidays is still going ahead. But same as I said, it's all right, Becca ringing up and cancelling it, but then what money is she going to lose if she cancels it? It's best to wait and see whether they cancel it. We're going to have a second peak. It's been said all along that we're going to have a second peak. You know, and some of the health advisors have said it's going to be worse than the first one. So 25th of September for me, I'm not going to Florida. Oh. But yeah, you know, I mean, it's, you know, what I'd be saying was, am I going to be getting what I paid for? You know what I mean? If the holiday does go ahead, yeah. But yeah, I mean, Kate, you know, Kate's hit the nail on the head. They've rushed to get all these temporary hospitals up, and then nobody's been in them. So, you know, what were all the rush about? You know, trying to get these temporary hospitals up, and then nobody's been in them. You know, same as I say, I've said all along. Exactly, Bella. Same as I say, it's like a bit of a tricky situation. If she rings up and says, "Well, I'm not going to risk it going. Can I reschedule it?" Blah blah blah. They've got the upper hand. He's saying, "Well, you want to cancel it. You're going to lose this or you're going to lose that." If she waits for them to say, "Well, it's not safe to travel," blah blah blah. You have to wait till your holiday is due, then you can change it, yeah. But same as I say, I'd tell her to hang on, Bella. And if they sort of email her or whatever and say, "Well, look, due to the circumstances, you know, you've cancelled, blah, 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 you're going to lose this, you're going to lose that." The best thing is, you know, you bet, same as my lady says, you're better off waiting for them to contact Becca. But same as I say, I know when saw it other day, they're still flying because this were on a BA flight. And it says that they'd implemented social distancing. You weren't going to be sitting next to somebody and you were going to be so far apart. Hiya, frugal farmer.
Hello, frugal lad.
You know, but somebody had posted a picture on a BA flight. But they were like flouting all rules. They weren't. They were. It were packed jam solid. You know what I mean? But they tried to tell people that the social distancing and they weren't putting people right next to each other. Blah blah blah. But that ain't what transpired. Apparently, this bloke were on the flight and took this photograph, and they were like cattle all herded together. So yeah, You know, it's what they say and what they do is two different things. I'm flying without wings. But yeah, my lady says she's flying Virgin. I would lose deposit and pay a cancellation fee if I did it now. Well, this is it. You're gonna, you know, if you do it, then you lose too much money. But if you wait for them to cancel or say, well, look, you know, you're not going to be able to fly on such and such a date, please visit our website and pick an alternative date or something to that effect. But yeah, some as I say, you know, so there is still planes flying. I mean, where they're going to, I don't know, but Frugal's being a bit saucy now. He said, I'd love to fly a Virgin. But yes, we're talking airlines, Frugal. You know, sort of not the thing you're thinking of. So yeah, you know, we don't know what the situation. I do know that there is some flights. You know, there is some flights still taking off, and you know, where to or where from, I don't know. Says it might cause me an heart attack. But anyway, same as I say, you know, at this, you know, what do you call a fly without wings? A walk.
A walk. You know,
I mean, in this current situation, I wouldn't like to think I were flying anywhere or like sitting in close contact to anybody or anything. You know what I mean? I'm quite happy doing what I'm doing now, and that's staying put, you know, where I know I'm safe. Same as I say, when I went to doctors yesterday, they're only me and Chris in. And she locked the doors after we went in and locked the doors after we went out. You know what I mean? Yeah, yeah. Well, you know what I were on about yesterday after I'd had the blood test, and I said she got it first time and it hadn't even bruised. I lied because it's bruised. So yes, the bruise appeared. So, but yeah, I won't trust going on a plane at this moment in time anyway. Simon says, bite it hard. Oh dear.
bite it hard.
You see, this is all this game playing, Adrian. You know, you're doing too much game playing, so.
Or too much of something else.
Yeah. He says, I'd lose it. I went to the store yesterday and very few wore masks or social distancing. Hiya, Rodney Bell. How are you? So, yeah, I mean, it's like Chris, he went out earlier on. Went to somewhere near Lady Bower anyway.
Home of the Dam Busters.
Yes, home of the Dam Busters. It's when you get there as well, it would spoil your holiday. I'm scared of housekeeper at the best of times. Well, this is it. Same as I say. Anyway, so Chris went to somewhere near Lady Bower, and he says, yeah, we're fine. We're fine. You know, I had a lot of blood tests yesterday, but apart from that, a bit of a hiccup with me thyroid function, so we're sorting that. But yeah, he says, like, basically, there were a group of there was a group of about 15. Now, same as he says, what happened to, you know, only you and one other person from your household?
Rolling the line, sat down looking at water.
Did the doctor have time? No, because he won't come in with me through Gulf Farmer because he's got a needle phobia. And I'd got to go for my B12 injection. And while I was there, one of the other doctors had asked for some blood tests. So, so he waits in the reception waiting room because you're not coming with me because you don't like needles. So Chris, Callum didn't go out with him today. He went out by himself, and he says, like, basically there were a group of about 15. You know, and he says, well, what happened to social distancing and only going out with one person from your, you know, one person from your household, or, you know, not meeting in groups or whatever. So, I mean, it's not just not in the US, it's happening here in the UK as well. You know, but this is the thing as well. I mean, as everybody knows, Boris Johnson's our prime minister. Well, apparently somebody got it into the head that they was going to do a boo for Boris at 8 p.m. last night. So I don't know whether anybody did it. I know we didn't do it, but you know, I think it's the minority faction, you know what I mean, that decided, oh, let's put it out on social media that we're going to do a boo for Boris at 8 p.m. So, you know, yeah, they've relaxed the, you know, the lockdown slightly, but you're allowed to go out more than, I mean, before you were only allowed to go out once a day for your daily exercise. You can meet family and friends in the park, but you've got to be 2 meters apart, and you no touching or whatever. You know what I mean? So, you know, it's same as Simon says, it's hard to know what you can and can't do. Yeah, but you get, as soon as I say, you get that, Bella. You know, I mean, Bank Holiday Monday, we sat here in ours, and as I said, we sit with the patio doors open. Sounded like somebody were having a party. They've got music blaring. They were all, you know, kids laughing and blah, blah, blah. So that weren't just somebody out in the back garden. It sounded like they're having a party. So, I mean, it's not just, you know, where you are, Bella. You know, I think it's going on all over the place. They think they can flout the rules. But yeah, you know, I mean, it's what are you allowed to do, what you're not allowed to do. Guess what I've been looking at today? We don't want to know what porn sites you visit, Adrian.
I'm just typing that. Post put porn. You don't allow us to put porn.
I think that's supposed to mean porn.
Yes.
What Pixie put.
Amazon.
Someone had music on all day till now. Well, Sam, as I say, Bank Holiday Monday, I don't know whether they're having a party, they've got music online. You could hear kids laughing and screaming and all, and it were going on all day long. So, you know, it's, you know, I mean, obviously some people aren't taking notice that, you know, they're not supposed to have other people coming to their house from another household. So So, you know, I mean, it's obviously some people aren't, you know, adhering to, and I've remembered something I was supposed to have told Bella earlier on and I forgot. Oh, apart from when the local drug dealer gets a new supply and he lets off a rocket. So is that to tell everybody, you know, I've got some more, guys? Oh, he's been looking for a wooden bench to sit out on the back. So I don't know what I've done with my phone. You know, I'd lose my head if it were loose. I've put the mass on it again. But same as I say normally, you know, I mean, it's not too bad. So yeah, was it how many drizzle cakes I want next time you come? No. It was something that I'd forgot to tell you when we were talking earlier on. Oh, I won't pay 200 quid for one. I think we got a table, chairs, and what's them things called? Parasol thing for about 40 quid. So
200 quid for something like that.
Yeah. Yeah, same as Wakey says, make one. Imagine if you can't put a wheel on his lawnmower. I mean, can you imagine? You know, it's all right. I'm picking some dry skin on my thumb where I burnt my thumb. Plenty of how-tos on YouTube, but I have messaged you, Bella. So yeah, it's just well, I say it's just drilling some slats together, I suppose. I've sent it you, Bella. Bloody midges is flying about again. I got it. Yeah. It says my neighbour makes them, but I'd no wood.
How were you paying?
So you have. Oh, his next door neighbour fixed his lawnmower. So, see, there's no excuse for doing his garden now.
Oh, you can come and do ours now then.
So you know, he's all set to go then. So yeah. But the thing that I've inboxed you, Bella, it's karma at its best. So yeah. I got loads to do. My rose bush is growing mad. Well, just get you got some scissors, just get a bit of a snip it in the bud, as they say. You know, best thing for like if it's going a bit on crazy side, you know, trim it down. I mean, we've got, I don't know what that one's called. Well, we've got two, one either side, but they grow wild, and one's lilac and one's like a pink. But the trick is when it dies off, because obviously it dies off in the winter and blooms in the summer. So when it's died off, you trim the dead things off, and it like blooms afresh. See what Bella's put. Yeah.
That's what we said, isn't it?
They was our words exactly. And I says basically, and now people understand why I believe in karma. Oh, pink roses and white ones and yellow. Oh, very nice. Well, I tell you what, Adrian, when they come in bloom, you'll have to cut some off and make me a bouquet, eh? My lady's bush wants doing again. Wakey says, I have some sharp shears, my lady travels. Will they do? Oh, no. Don't know how to. You just, I mean, a strong pair of scissors will do. It's best like rose bushes because sometimes they can go a bit on wild side. I don't like pain. It's just, you know, same as I say, Chris goes out with because we bought some shears, and basically once it's come to winter or winter's, you know, and they're dying off, Chris just lops head off and that's it. And it basically trims because it like goes outwards like that. So Chris just, you know, trims the branches down and then it sort of like starts afresh. It's okay, my lady, I'll take a gab of painting. Oh dear. But yeah, I mean, Chris, you know, Chris will tell you, I mean, he's not exactly got green fingers and, you know, and gardening into his forte, let's just say.
Yeah.
But it does, if you don't trim it back, they tend to grow wild, if you know what I mean.
At the moment, they are doing.
She says she takes 4 a day. Oh, he says he helps his neighbour and they help him out as well. Well, that's what neighbours is for. You know what I mean? Same as I said, I forgot what this thing's called, what we've got. But one grows like purple flowers. Other one on other side grows pink flowers. And then the gentleman that had this house before, it looked like he'd took a cutting off somebody, and we've got one in a planter, and that one grows white flowers. So you know, we've got pink, purple, and white. I don't know what it is, but they're not just like a single flower. They're like I don't know. Chris will let her take a picture.
They're not in bloom.
Well, I know they're not. But I mean, when they start blooming, roses are my favourite flower. Welsh Clark. Honestly, Chris will tell you I love roses.
Oh, rose bush in garden. The front garden, isn't it?
Yeah.
That's not funny.
But yeah, I've always loved roses. So you know, it don't matter what colour they are, I love roses. I mean, last time when we went to Skegness, you know, when it was my mum's anniversary, I bought some roses and put them on railings when, you know, be right back. Trust Bella. I like them as well, Bella. She says I love Cadbury's roses. Oh dear. Now, if I'd got to choose, Simon, I would definitely choose Cadbury's roses. As much as I do like Quality Street as well. But if I'd got to choose between the two, I'd always pick Cadbury's roses. especially the ones with a nut inside. I forgot what they're called now. Oh, Dad loves red roses, are his favourites, and they remind me of love. But yeah, some of them say if I'd got a tin of Quality Street and a tin of roses in front of me, and they said you could only choose one, I'd pick Cadbury's roses. That's the ones that I like, the ones with nut inside, Wakey. Yeah, the purple one. But they did actually start doing bigger versions of them, if you know what I mean, like singularly, like, you know, all the favourites. I like the purple one. Oh, bless him. He says, I can't wait to do a video for you. But yeah, I think at one time, same as I say, they did, or were it Quality Street they were doing the bigger versions? I don't know.
Can't remember now.
So I know at one time they were doing like bigger versions of, you know, people's favourites. But I can't remember. I think Roses and Quality Street did them. I do have another favourite, Bella, and it's the caramel, chocolate caramel. She's going to take all purple ones out of tin before we go at Christmas.
That's it now, we're not going there. There's no purple ones, I'm not going.
Trust Bella. Oh dear, I can't stop laughing at that one, Bella. She's gonna hide them. We'll have to go on a purple Cadbury's rose hunt when we get there. See if we can find where she's hid them. Oh dear. I'll have to bring me own then, Bella. Oh dear, that was funny. Oh dear. Oh dear. Oh. You see what we get. Oh,
No.
Oh dear. Oh dear. Oh. Oh, that was funny and all. Oh, fancy tucking into Brazil nuts and then finding out your gran had sucked all chocolate off them.
I'm not eating chocolate again.
Yeah, Chris likes them as well, Bella. She says she likes the green triangles in Quality Street. That's
green, that's why I say green ones.
Chris,
my favourite. Yeah,
they Chris's favourite, the green triangle ones. So that's another lot you've got to hide. Milk tray we will deliver to the window. Oh, bless him. So are you gonna bring them in your, you know, in your tuxedo and swing from a rope? And but any caramels, I love caramels, even though they stick to your teeth and whatever. Oh, my lady loves coke. You see, Chris, my lady's safe because Chris into fan of coconut. so you're safe, my lady. Chris isn't fond of the coconut ones. So oh, he says, yeah, I'll give one for Chris too.
No.
Simon says I've still got an unopened Easter egg here. But talking about Easter eggs, on my notification, you know, like Harry, it sends you like news updates. We can all swap. Save me the caramels. Anyway, so it come up on my news notification. There was this woman, and she'd bought thousands of Cadbury Easter eggs to do, to organise the Easter egg hunt. Well, obviously, with the COVID-19, she weren't allowed to hold this Easter egg hunt. So now she's got thousands of Easter eggs, and nobody, she says, I've got thousands of Easter eggs, and I don't know what to do with them all. Oh God, don't make me buy a tub of roses or Quality Street tomorrow from say. You don't need your what's it in? Hey Gordo, how are you?
Hello, Gordo.
So yeah, we're talking Cadbury's roses and which is his favourites and Quality Street, and Bella's found out my favourite and Chris's favourite so she can hide them when we go over at Christmas. So we, we're going. We're not going on an Easter egg hunt at Christmas. We're going on the purple Cadbury's roses and the green triangles. We've got Richard in as well. He says roses are on offer in Sainsbury's.
No, I don't know, Richard.
But yeah, some as I say, melt them down and make Rice Krispie cakes. Well, yeah, but she's got tons of them. Basically, I think what it said on this news notification was that she organises an Easter egg hunt for local children every single year. And she'd bought thousands of Cadbury's Easter eggs and then couldn't hold it. So I like celebrations as well, Bella. It's just as I'm going to stock up on celebrations. Hiya, Carla. How are you?
Hello, Carla.
It's all right. We're talking about chocolate. Yeah, well, I was sort of speaking metaphorically, Gordo, because I says if you put a box of roses and a Quality Street in front of me, I'd choose the roses. But Chris likes the triangles, the round ones in the roses. So this place is my go-to in Whitby. Oh. Has he only just worked that one out, Gordo? He says my father-in-law is cussing me. He says I'm a bad influence.
He'd be right.
So I says, has he only just worked? How long has he known you? And he's only just worked that one out. So yeah, we're talking about his favourites, in Cadbury's roses and Quality Street, and he says he's got him back into home brewing. Oh, he's on the dreaded number
666.
Yeah. And 13 comments. Uh-oh. But yes, we can have a meet and greet. Yeah, we can do a meet and greet and swap the ones that we don't like.
So for the purple ones.
Yeah, I'm keeping all purple ones. So yeah. But yeah, we'll have to have a sort through, and I don't like this and I don't like that, and he's made 25 litres of cider. Uh-oh.
Oh my Jesus. 50 litres altogether, he'll have.
Bella said, not mine, I would have already hid them. Oh dear, I'll fight. You don't have to fight for the coconut, my lady. I've just said that to you. You can have your coconut ones. I don't think anybody will fight you for the coconut ones. Oh, while I think about it, and while we've got my lady here, she sent me a picture today via Messenger, and she's got the Downton Abbey cookbook. So I says to her, I says, once you've sort of had a flick through it, I says, you'll have to let me know if there's any good recipes in it. I'm just going to swing camera around because I gave Callum a haircut yesterday. He says,
"You're trying to get me in for views."
Yeah, this Callum, look. I cut his hair yesterday. Was it yesterday or the day before? So yeah, so I've scalped him.
Trying to get me in for views, look. Has he seen them views?
Gordo started skinhead.
That's what I just thought. I'm crying now.
Yeah. But yes, my lady sent me a picture saying she'd just received the Downton Abbey cookbook. So yeah, Simon says you're looking good, Callum.
Thank you, Simon says. What are you gonna say now?
Chris had his cut previous to Callum having his done. Bella said you could take Bella says you could take legal action for that, Callum. Wakey says you just need some 22i Doc Martens now. Yeah, but I mean, everybody's seeing how long it we're getting, and same as I said, if this hot weather's gonna last, it needs to be cool. You know what I mean?
I need to be cool.
Yeah, I don't mean cool, cool. I meant, as in it's too warm to have a great big bushy head of hair.
What if I want my hair to be like a bush?
Oh, is Gordo's father-in-law is bidding on a vintage lawnmower.
Vintage.
But yeah, you see, I've done Chris's like last week sometime, Bella. And I kept saying, I'm going to have to cut Callum's hair. I'm going to have to cut Callum's hair.
Too much overthinking.
And then the other day, I think it was
yesterday.
It was yesterday because we went to doctors, weren't it? Used to be a skinhead. Yeah. Well, same as I say, them clippers that I've got have earned the money twice over.
What's wrong with being a skinhead? There's
no wrong with being a skinhead. So that is a grade 1, actually. I mean, I'd hate to see it if I did have a grade 0. So, right, Callum's saying, well, what's wrong with being a skinhead? I says, there's no wrong with being a skinhead. So yeah, I mean, same as I said, now this warm weather's coming, and if it's here to stay, I'll cut his hair for him. So, but I've always done it. I've done it for years. I don't think they've been to barbers, God knows how long. Because you see, when Callum were little, Chris started taking him to barbers, and he didn't like it, and he used to scream, "Place down!"
Yeah, but I was a little kid.
So I bought some clippers, and I've bought, like, when they've broke down, I've gone and bought a new set, and I've cut their hair ever since. Yeah. Okay then, Bella. I will ring you tomorrow and I'll talk you through StreamYards and everything.
Bye, Bella.
Say no night to Bella.
Good night, Bella. Good night, everybody. Good night. I don't know how many people's in. I can't read.
11.
Goodbye to the viewers and people in the background.
Gordo says he's got his eye on a 1950s Acto Ride 2-stroke. Oh, that don't mean anything to me.
I wonder if he's going to be right with what he's saying.
I have a 0 all over. He does it. He's every week. Everybody's saying night, Callum.
Good night.
Adrian. Milady. Amjad. Wakey. It's all right. I'm just reading out what that everybody's saying good night to him. But anyway, same as I say. But you see, Callum has a lot of, well, it's not cradle cap. It's like spots in his head and he scratches them and he's had some stuff from doctors. So this makes it more manageable when he has his hair cut, if you know what I mean. So it's not cradle cap. I think it's just like acne, teenage spots, whatever you want to call it. So yeah, so doctor gave him like some stuff if it reoccurs to put on. So basically it's easier to put it on when his hair's short. So oh, what? It's all right if you're wondering what I'm laughing at. With Callum losing so much weight, his pajama bottoms keep falling down. He's just stood at the door, shouted cats in, and they went, whoa, and he fell down. Have you tried Vosine? No, because as I say, doctor gave him some specific. Can you remember when he had that lump on his neck and then he had that like red rash? Well, she seemed to think that the redness on his neck were caused by these spots on his head getting infected. So she gave me this, it's called Beta Cap, and it's basically like a lotion that you massage into the head to get shut of these spots. And I don't, same as I say, I don't know whether it's acne or what it is, but every so often, if his hair gets too long or because he's got really thick hair. So I think it starts playing up a bit as his hair grows and it's getting thick. So basically it makes it easier to put this lotion stuff on if he's had his hair cut. So see you morning, Callum. But you see, some as I say, when he were little, when he were a toddler, he had really bad cradle cap. Now, the doctor seems to think it's sort of like a follow-on from like cradle cap, but it's spots, in his head. And some as I say, it's a lot easier to cut his hair all off to put this lotion on, and then it clears it up. Ooh. But yeah, I mean, same as I say, when I cut his hair yesterday, I noticed that a few of these spots had come back. So it's like, treat it, nip it in the bud before it gets infected like it did last time. Oh, Kate says she's got special shampoo for it. But you see, Sam, as I say, these are just like spots on his head, Kate. And it's if his hair gets too long, because his hair's really thick. And you can tell when it's come back because you can see him like keep scratching. So when that sort of starts tapping, I'll say to him, right, I'm going to cut your hair. And Sam, as I say, you know, I mean, can you remember him sort of when he had that lump in his neck and then he had like the redness? She seemed to think that that red rash thing was caused by these spots getting infected. So basically she gave him some like, it's like a clear liquidy type thing. And basically you just squirt it on his scalp, rub it in, and it clears up within a few days. Oh. Oh, he's waiting for a new carb for it.
Ooh.
So, I mean, the doctors haven't never said, you know, what it is. It's just these spots keep coming back, let's just say. So he's got this, some as I say, it's like called beta cap, I think it's called, but it's like a clear liquid, and you just put it on his head and massage it in to wherever it is, you know, he's got these spots, and it soon clears it up. But the only problem is, as his hair grows, it comes back. So yeah, you know, it's just one of them things, really. I mean, so as I say, when I say as a baby, he had cradle cap, and then when he were like a toddler, it sort of kept reoccurring, and now it's sort of gone on to the next phase now as a teenager to having spots in his head. So you know, it's just one of them things that you have to put up with, you know what I mean? But at the moment, it's sort of, it's going through the phase where he's getting like acne and things like that. Now, when I were his age, I never had spots or acne. Now, Chris were totally different. So obviously he takes after his dad. You know, Chris says he had terrible acne when he was Callum's age. So basically, obviously, it takes after his dad and not after me. Yeah, it's flying past, isn't it, Adrian? You know, it's same as I say. Chris had a lot of acne and whatever. I just have like very sensitive, dry skin, and that's all part of the you know, the thyroid problem. You know what I mean? I you know, like, you know, when I've been in Bath, I itch a lot, so I have to smother myself in, you know, some of that zero-base cream that you know, that doctor prescribed to me. It's like a clinical moisturizer, if you know what I mean. Don't smell very nice, but it does the trick. And basically, that's another sign of you know, the thyroid problem that I've got. Oh, that's unusual, isn't it? Simon says he had acne on his back, but not on his face. But you see, I'm sort of, I've never had a trouble with spots, Simon. But I have terrible dry skin. My skin's sensitive. You know what I mean? And same as I say, if you see me, I'm always itching because my skin's always itching, and that's all down to the thyroid problem, because it does dry your skin out. It's like it's hormone based. You know what I mean? The thyroid problem is like it's an hormone. Well, it produces an hormone. So you know, that is one of the side, well, not the side effects, but one of the symptoms of having an underactive thyroid. Your skin gets very dry, so you have to be you have to be on the ball with it, you know. you don't want dry skin and then it get infected or whatever. So same as I say, I'll show you what I use. That's what I use. It don't smell very nice, but it's a good. Chris has this as well.
Yeah, whose is that bottle? Mine.
No, it's mine. So yeah. So yeah, it is. It says it softens, moisturizes, and protects the skin. So basically, it's what the doctors give you. And Chris had cellulitis and his leg blistered, somewhat chronic, and he has to use that night and day. But that's the one. It says zero base emollient cream moisturizes and protects red, inflamed, dry skin. So basically, because Chris had cellulitis in his leg and all his leg blistered, I mean, his leg's red where he had the blisters and everything, and it's scarred, and that'll never go. So to make sure his leg is constantly moisturized, he uses it in the morning and at night. So yeah, I don't know whether you can buy that over at counter or not, Adrian, but it is brilliant stuff.
You want the base?
Yeah.
No, you've got to get it from doctor.
Oh yeah, you've got to. Chris says you've got to have to get it. You can get something similar, can't you?
Similar.
You can get something similar.
E45 is good for over counter stuff. You get that over counter.
Yeah, he says he's had it off the doctor. Yeah, same as I say, Chris, that is on Chris's repeat prescription, because basically, I mean, it was 2015, weren't it, when you had that cellulitis, and ever since then, it's been on his repeat prescription, because, you know, it's imperative that he keeps, you know, it's imperative that he keeps it moisturized. Yeah, and I mean, my mum always says to me, Kate, she says, one thing I can say about you, she says, you never had no spots, and she says, you've always had good teeth. So, that don't, it's just a moisturizer. It's like I use it because I get a lot of cracked skin on my feet. But yeah, I mean, that's not a steroid based cream or anything, Kate. It's just like a they use it in hospitals, you know, like it when Chris he were hospitalized with his cellulitis, and because he had, like, you know, like Shauna did, Chris were exactly the same. It blistered. He were having to go back for 4 weeks for daily intravenous antibiotics, and to have his dressings changed on his leg because it blistered. It just looked like somebody poured a hot kettle down his leg.
Horrible.
So yeah, you know, it's something that you wouldn't wish on your worst enemy. Same as I say, not the last time he had it, because he's got to know the signs now, and as soon as he sees the signs, he goes straight to doctors. Well, he had it about 6 months ago, weren't it? And basically went straight to doctors. She gave him 2 lots of strong antibiotics, and he got through that without incident, let's just say. So yeah.
But he got straight through, weren't it? No.
Yeah. So basically, you know, first sign of it, and he went to the doctors. She gave him 2 lots of strong antibiotics. but it's always in the same leg. So basically, he's had it that many times that he knows the signs now. So basically, at first sign, you know, it went straight to doctors, and he basically nipped it in the bud. You know, the antibiotics worked, but when he had it in 2015, he came home from work on the Monday not feeling well. Went to doctor's Tuesday. She said yes, it's cellulitis, and by Wednesday we're in hospital. So that will basically how fast it sometimes it can come on, and that's why, you know, first sign of anything untoward, that's it, it goes straight to doctors. So but yeah, I'd recommend that to anybody, you know, if you've got some, as I say, I use it on virtually everything. I put it on my arms when my arm, you know, my skin on my arms is dry. Sometimes put it on my face when my face is feeling a bit dry, you know. Anyway, so yeah, so I make sure, you know, that I keep my skin moisturized, because that's one of the downsides of having, you know, an underactive thyroid, is the dry, itchy skin. So you know, it's best to, you know, keep on top on it and not you know, not let it get too bad. So yeah.
Well, somebody got it in for his friend's husband, Nanny.
Yeah, Fred.
Fred.
Yeah.
Got it twice.
Yeah, he's like
I don't think he's putting cream on like me.
I know one or two people that's had it, like Shauna in Australia. She'd had it really bad, and she's been in hospital with it. But her leg all went black. I mean, Chris's just went red and blistered. So, you know, it is there's not a lot known about it. You know, not a lot of people know about it. I mean, when Chris first got it, he went, cellulitis, what's that? And it's basically a blood infection. Someone thought I'd injured myself, but you see, that is, I mean, I know where it's like, Adrian, because I do get very dry skin on my feet, and it cracks, and it's painful to walk. So I do know what it's like to have like cracked heels and cracked skin on your feet, because it is really painful. So but I mean, if you've got some of that, Andy, you know, just keep on top on it, and it soon moisturizes it and heals it up. You know, comes back in revenge. But you see, this is the thing. I mean, if you know, I mean, I try. Like, I'm sat here tonight, I ain't got no socks on, I ain't got even got my slippers on, I'm barefoot. I like to let air circulate, you know, and you know, as much as I can. And same as I say, Chris puts it on, let's say he has a shower, he'll put it on after he's had a shower, and then before we go to bed at night, he puts it on, you know. And it's basically just to keep the skin where he had this cellulitis supple, moisturized, and you know, so it basically, because some, as I say, some of the blisters were like size of saucers. So basically, we're having to go back for 4 weeks for intravenous antibiotics and to have these dressings changed. It literally looked like he'd been burnt. So you know, but when he had that last time, they couldn't pinpoint what had caused it. Now they say, have you been bitten by anything? Have you had a scratch from somewhere? And he says, no, not as I know to. And you know what they put it down to? When he were hospitalised in 2015, they put it down to athlete's foot. So that's that's basically what they put it down to, because they couldn't pinpoint how it had occurred. You know what I mean? So it's a case of, you've got to, with cellulitis, you've got to be very, very vigilant. You know, it's like flu-like symptoms, you know, same as I say, going hot and cold, and you know, it's very much like flu-like symptoms. So basically, you know, and when he admitted in 2015, they said he were verging on septicemia. It was that bad, and that was all in the space of 2 days. So the onset can, you know, it can happen very quickly. So, you know, it's one of them things where you get to know the signs. You know, you get to know. I mean, I've had it in my neck. I've had it in my neck twice. I've only been hospitalised once with it. Now, last year I got it, and they did send me to the hospital, but they said they didn't think it was serious enough to admit me to hospital, and they gave me two lots of very strong antibiotics. But one of the antibiotics I'd never heard on, I'd never took before, and I think I'm allergic to these new antibiotics, because I come out like all my neck and like a red rash. I've never heard of that, falcon powder. So,
Millennium.
hey,
Millennium.
what are you on about?
Millennium.
Oh, it means talcum powder. Falcon, I've not heard of that one. It means talcum powder.
I'll say millennium.
You see, I'm having to translate again. You see, but yeah, you know, I mean, like in this hot weather, I mean, I have to put talcum powder in certain places. Well, I don't mean down there. I mean, like under my boobs and whatever, because that's one of the worst places I sweat, if you know what I mean. So I use baby talcum powder, actually. So yes, I mean, the things us women have to endure, you know, sweaty boobs, and basically it's
what about us with man boobs?
Yeah.
Well, you get sweaty boobs.
And that was told to me by one of the nurses after I'd had my weight loss surgery, because I'd lost that much weight. You know, as I keep saying, they like 2 pool balls in a sock. You know what I mean? And you know, she says, well, you know, if you get a rash or a sweat rash or whatever, best thing for them is talcum powder. But I also use that zero base cream as well. Dad's come to a conclusion. He says, right, that's it, tomorrow I am buying Quality Street from Sainsbury's. Only joking, or am I? I bet he does. I bet he does. But yeah, I mean, it's like us, Amjad. We always have to leave. We always buy Quality Street and Roses or Celebrations, Heroes, whatever, at Christmas. But we try to leave it as close to Christmas as possible, because if we buy some, we'll say, oh, well, we'll open them, we'll get another one. You know what I mean? So we tend to sort of, you know, look at them and say, oh, I just fancy a Cadbury's Roses. Should we have one? So I've started like trying to leave them as close to Christmas as I can. Otherwise, they'll all get eaten before Christmas, and I've still got to go out and buy some. So, so yeah, that's one of Chris's and Callum's downfalls. They can't resist them, you see. He's put, cheers, Amjad, I'll give you the empty tin back. So, Amjad's throwing all secrets out now. He says in celebrations, he takes all Galaxy ones out.
I'm telling Amjad.
So, can anybody remember the old school retro tray bake thing that I made the other day? I thought cut that all up now. So that's all cut into squares, and you know, but you see we buy well, it's Asda homemade Nutella. It's hazelnut and chocolate spread.
That's all hazelnut.
His fiance thought it was getting it thumbs up, and because his thumb's twitching. So yeah, so that's why I try to leave them as close to Christmas as possible, because I know that, you know, they'll get eaten otherwise. Pour sugar onto Mr. P's head. So yeah, so I've cut that all up. So that's all cut up into squares now, and it looks very nice, very spongy. Chris says he was going to. Chris says he was going to have some after tea, but it was that full, so we didn't have any. But guess what I found last night? What did you find, Karate?
We wait with a bait of bread.
Yeah, us too as well, Simon. See, every year we bought like a bag of lollipops and whatever this year. Yeast. Ooh, found some yeast.
Found some yeast, Neil, some. This is people, some.
But yeah, we bought. You see, if we don't buy any, they come trick-or-treating. But if we buy them, and nobody come this year, so you know, you can dare bet if we don't buy any, there'll be about 10 come, and then if we do buy them, nobody comes. But you see, we bought some lollies, I think, lollipops, I think it were. So yeah, so we've still got a bag full of them.
I don't think they'll be edible now, though.
But I think Callum, we bought, what are them Swizzlers, a tub of them Swizzlers sweets, like Love Hearts and Parma Violets, and Chris, what is it you like? Them powdered lollies. He likes them out of them as well.
Lovely.
So no, I'm not a fan of them because they're too hard. He says they should be all right till next Halloween. You see, I'm not a lollipop. I'm not a lollipop person. You know what I mean? So yeah, I'm not into lollipops. Nah, I like, what's them big chews, them with them yellow chews. What they called?
Refreshers.
Are they refreshers?
Well, we have sherbet dips.
No, they're like a long, thin yellow chew, and then they've got like sherbet in the middle on them.
Oh, yeah, they're refreshers.
Yeah, yeah. So I quite like them, the refresher chews, but so yeah, I mean, there's not many like chewy chews that I like, but I do like them refreshers. What's the, and them drumsticks. I like them drumsticks as well. So they only like 2 chewy chews that I like. So so yeah, you know, it's I find that a lot of them, they stick to your teeth, and you know, can't be doing with like picking them out with teeth and things like that. You like Palmer violets and all, don't you? I'm just put, oh my god, I love the drumstick sweets. Nearly had a panic attack. Why? What did you do?
Oh.
Adrian.
Uh-oh. Thought his thumb fell
off. But yeah, they the only 2 things that I like. I like the space sherbets. Oh, he means them like flying saucer things, I think he means. You mean the flying saucers, don't you, Simon? Like a rice paper with sherbet inside. I thought, what are they called? Space ships? I don't know. Yeah, I know what he means. They like round spaceship type of things. We made a rice paper with sherbet inside. Nothing just happened. It started in my throat, then boom, out of nowhere. Yeah, they the ones melt in the mouth. Yeah, they made like a rice paper, aren't they? And they're like flying saucers, I think they're called. Yeah, I think they're called flying saucers. But they were all the rage, and you know, when I were a kid. But I'm, yeah. She says, my lady says, can you remember sweet cigarettes?
Yeah. I'm gonna have one of them now.
Dad's having fantasies. He says, imagine you and Bella and Chris started dropping the old Quality Street tub on my bed while I'm asleep at midnight as a prank, raining chocolate. But yeah, same as I say, I mean, like I've said before, I mean, when I used to go to school, down bottom of where we used to live, there were like a paper shop, a newsagents, or whatever you want to call them, and they'd always got a penny tray. And I mean, back in the day, I mean, my mum and dad used to give, because they were me, my brother, and my sister. And they used to give us 5p each. Now, back in the day, we thought we were millionaires when we got 5p. So we used to go to the newsagents on his way to school and say, "Can I have a look at your 1p tray, please?" And you'd buy all small things, so it looked like you'd got a lot. So yeah, like penny bubblies and things like that. You know, and you know, penny chews, and you know, same as I say, she used to give 5p each every morning, and we used to go into newsagent on his way to school, say, you know, can I have, you know, something on? Yeah, they did like a bag already sort of. Just have a look what week is put. Oh, you know that thing that Azy were thinking? It says NASA's historic SpaceX launch stopped before liftoff due to severe weather.
Oh.
So there you go. Yeah, it says there's a notification. How England's test and trace system will work. If you test positive for coronavirus, you'll be asked to give details of people you have been in close contact with. Those people will be contacted by the NHS Test and Trace and told to isolate for 14 days. Oh, blackjacks and fruit salads. Oh, I used to love them.
Are you going to know? If your argument's like you've been out of the bar. Oh, we're in with red top on.
Yeah. I do know that you've come into contact with it. You might have, come into contact. You might have come into contact with it and don't know about it.
Exactly.
Oh, yeah. They've got them on Flying Saucers. They've got them on Amazon, Simon. I told you they were called UFOs. So, yeah, they do still sell them. So, yeah, I mean, same as I say, my mum and dad used to give us 5p, and we used to thought we'd win lottery and ask for, some things off at penny tray. So there you go. That's how they're gonna track and trace, basically. If you've come into contact with somebody with or you test positive for COVID-19, basically, they're going to trace back who you've come into contact with and blah de blah de blah and all this that. Oh dear. So yeah, I mean, same as I say, we used to do that on a daily basis, but we used to pick out smaller ones, so it made it look like we'd got, more in his bag. Still let me coffee go cold. So, but it's like, how do you know you've come into contact with somebody with COVID-19? You don't. So, it's, I can't see how they're going to do it because they're not testing the general population for it. So people have got to have symptoms in the first place and then get sort of test positive for it. Oh, Callum loves sports mixtures as well. She says she still loves sports mixtures. So yeah. And wine gums and midget gems. We all got tested the other day because my missus is a care worker. Well, you see, I mean, that's different. You know what I mean? If you're living with a key worker, then, but same as I said, when I went to the doctors yesterday, there was only me and Chris in. They put plastic things on the reception desk, the Perspex shield things on the reception desk. And when I actually went into the nurse, she got face mask on, she got scrubs on, and she got like a plastic apron on. Oh, Mr. Kipling fondant fancies our lush. Yeah. I used to like them, Mum, Dad, because they're like a sponge, but you get that fondant middle, if you know what I mean. The fondant bit in the middle. So you've not really missed a lot, Adrian. We're just talking about
Are you back with it now? You good?
You had a bit of a meltdown, a bit of a panic attack.
Oh, right.
So
my bad.
But yeah, I mean, I think what they're doing nowadays is they're starting to bring a few of the old favourites back. You know what I mean? I think they're starting to, you know, bring them back in at like a newer version. Let's just say. Oh, pardon me. So yeah, they're reinventing a lot of the old classics. You know, flying saucers and fruit salads, blackjacks. Yeah, all's good in the hood. You know, what others? Fruit salads, flapjacks. Yeah. You know, and you know, I think like the fruit salads, they're bringing them back, but in the soft, chewy versions, if you know what I mean. I think they're bringing them back as a soft, chewy version. Twisters. Oh, yeah. Okay, then, Amjad. I'll not be going on too much longer anyway, so see you later. See you on Friday, Amjad.
See you later, mate.
So, yeah, it's nearly 11 o'clock, so I'll not be going on too much longer. So, same as I say, see us.
Yeah, buddy.
But yeah, same as I say, I think they're starting to bring a few of the old classics back, bring like a more teeth-friendly fashion, if you know what I mean. We say that every night. My lady's put, bye Amjad, dream of your sweets. It's going to be raining sweets.
It's raining sweets. Hallelujah, it's raining sweets.
But yeah, they're bringing the old classics back, but in a more teeth-friendly version, if you know what I mean. This is put, oi, cheeky, good night, my lady. So, but this is it. I mean, same as I say, you know, I tell you what else I like as well. Is it mix-ups?
Yeah.
The Bassett's has started doing. Was it Roundtrees? I don't know. They've started doing one called mix-ups now, and it's a mix of sports mixtures, wine gums, and midget gems. Now I like them. I love Mr. Kipling's. If you can make that, I'll be your best friend. So I'll see what I can do. Oh, he's just posted a meme in the group. Let's have a look. I've stay late, control your penis, save life. That was a good one. He's going out with the camera tomorrow.
Not away yet.
He hadn't decided where. You know, where and when has got to be decided yet. So, but I might have a ride out with him in the car, escaping again. Well, you have to do while it's nice weather. Same as I say, I might go out with him tomorrow. I've said I might do it. All depends how I feel. So
I don't know. Not if I can't get this camera sorted.
Wow, what sort?
Oh, there we go.
It's all right. He's been messing about with the FEMA palm, and I think it's something to do with settings. So I don't know.
Well, I've got it sorted now.
Oh, he's got it sorted now. So
Good to go.
all's good.
All's good as well.
Hello, I'm buffering. Are you? Hello, buffering. Done a drive and photo shoot using the Palm today. Going to take about 2 days to edit. Are you got yours edited? What you've done today?
Yeah, that's all ready to go.
Yeah.
At 7 o'clock in the morning. So set your alarms.
Yeah, right. I'll be still in London odd at 7 o'clock. What's your favourite booze? Lager.
Anything that goes down my throat.
Chris's is Foster's.
Foster's. Why you sending me some in post?
Uh,
Don't mind, any alcohol will do.
I've just triggered some of the lads in one of the football groups. They were giving it large, posting how hard their crew is, so I memed them. Oh dear. Pixie with devil horns and me with halo.
That's the other way around that.
But yeah, if I'd got to choose, I like what's them things I like? Them
Blue ice.
No.
Some ice.
Yeah, Smirnoff Ice.
That's
I like them as well.
I knew it was some ice.
Yeah, I like the Smirnoff Ice as well. But I drink them like I'm drinking pop.
Keep it in fridge for 4 days.
It was.
Soon as shopping comes out, it's Derby throat. That's before shopping's packed.
Yeah, the grey colour. Yeah. Yeah, Chris's never lasts 4 days in fridge.
Not a chance.
I'm gonna say. You must be joking.
4 days?
But
lock on your fridge door.
I mean, Nurse mentioned something about alcohol yesterday, and I went, alcohol? What's that? I says that's only something I have at Christmas. But I tell you what I did have. Normally, I'd have a bottle of Taboo at Christmas, but I decided on a change this year, and it's like Asda's own make Malibu. What were it called? Coconut Bay or something it were called. And I'd still got some come January, February time, but somebody soon polished it off. So, Gordo says, I'm sorted. I have loads of home brew to keep me going. But yeah, I mean, it's like, as a rule, I don't drink. But I do sort of treat myself at Christmas, and then I've probably still got it to February, March time, you know what I mean? So, it's one of them things. If I were to say lager's my favourite beer, and oh yeah, Chris likes whiskey as well.
Yeah, I don't run with a bit of bells.
So yeah, so he had a bottle of whiskey, and I had a bottle of this like Asda's knockoff Malibu type of thing. So yeah. And then we always get, when they have these offers in Asda, 3 for 20 quid, we always get like 3 cases. So then Mr. P can't moan there ain't got no beer. You'll have to start home brewing.
Last from day before, like Christmas Eve, up to about Boxing Day.
Yeah. But yeah, same as I say, he don't drink all the time, it's only sort of we can have our meet up at Gordo's then. It'd be a long journey because he lives right down south.
South east, I think, or is it west? East, I think.
Can you imagine us all going to Gordo's and getting rat-horsed on his own brew, and all getting yeah, all getting up next morning saying, oh God, my head hurts me. That'll be me after one drink. Right, guys, I am going to shut it down. Thank you for being supportive of me yesterday. I do appreciate it. So I'll see you again on Friday. I've sort of thought it, or what I might make on Tuesday. I might make some muffins of one form or other. So I haven't sort of, you know, made definite plans. So all, you know, keep safe, and I will see you again on Friday evening. Thank you for joining me, and bye for now. Bye.
Bye.
Woohoo.
Yeah.